we've just left Meekatharra and we're heading up the Great Northern Highway towards Newman and then Karajini. Interesting night because my campsite is right on the road. I've camped in that very spot again. It's so noisy and there's trucks going up all hours of the night, but I got some sleep, so that's fine. Now, driving out here makes you think about the state of the world as it is now in 2020 with this COVID virus. Little did we know over 12 months ago that this little bug that we can't see would absolutely change everybody's lives. And I consider myself to be one of the lucky people because I'm still able to do what I'm doing here and bringing videos to a few subscribers on a YouTube channel. And as I say, I'm fortunate in the fact that I live in a state which is basically half the size of Australia, and we have been kept relatively COVID free. With that, we still have to take precautions, but I'm able to travel from the very south of the state to the very northerly point, which I will be doing. And there are literally millions of people in the rest of the world who are still suffering lockdowns and that. So I just want to say to those people who end up watching this video how fortunate I am. I may tell a couple of tall tales, but I hope you enjoy it and it does something. It gives you some sort of sense of purpose that this virus will not be here forever. We will overcome it. Well, it's coffee time again. I didn't have much of a coffee when I was packing up this morning. So I made a thermos. Here it is. I'm going to have breakfast. Got to have a Carmen's muesli bar, roasted nut bar. You'd think I was advertising, but I'm not. It's just these are very handy things to have on the road as you go along. And I also had to stop to replace a GoPro battery. I replaced it yesterday, and I must have put one of the very low voltages one that was on in the charger. I obviously put the wrong one in. I turned it on this morning and it says low battery, so it's now changed. I've got a fully charged one in there. This is a restored well. This is called the 25-mile well on the Great Northern Highway, and it's a tribute to the cattlemen who used to drive the cattle north before the road trains and before this road was even put through. And this is what the wells look like. Apparently there's a lot of these on the Canning stock route as well, and you can see there that they've got a what used to be called in Egyptian terms a shadoof, and that it's the bucket that goes down to the bottom of the well, and they bring it up and then they put it over here into a trough, and the cattle can all come and have a nice drink of water. The lifeblood of the outback, water. Just to break up the monotony, look, a car passed us. I had to wind the window up because the stench of rotting carcasses was coming in. Ooh! Dead beasties on the road. There's an eagle feeding on one. Hope I got that, I don't know whether I did or not. Now we're travelling through Martian landscape. This is where the NASA came over here to test out the Ingenuity helicopter so that they would just get that nice red soil, he said, tongue in cheek. That sign there says 26th parallel, welcome to the northwest. It doesn't say to the northwest, it says welcome to northwest. 26th parallel, a line of latitude. As you can see from the car parking area, it's a very popular spot. Line marking 75 kilometers. Maybe this is the line markers. Yep, that's the machine. They're actually putting down those little ripple strip things, so that when you're driving along this road at night and you tend to fall asleep, they wake you up because your tyres hit the ripple strips and you get this really big buzz come through the car. There's another tall tale. There's a tourist in a hurry. Probably has a schedule to meet. I shall give you a demonstration of these ripple strips I was talking about. It wasn't a tall tale, this is what happens. Like an aeroplane. Great invention. Well, there's a first. I don't normally pass vehicles. I'm tootling along at usually about 2,000 revs and about 90 kilometers per hour. There's some prospectors. No, they're actually picking up rubbish. That's great. All the plastic bottles and things. Another oversized load. Oh, it's a big bucket for a front end loader. A cyclist. In the countryside around that little watercourse there, you'll notice. Might check this parking area out and see if it's a dirty old one. The last one I passed had nice toilets and things in it. Anyway, Beggars can't be choosers. I think it's time for a coffee. And a shady tree. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah. Almost a shady tree. Coffee time. I prepared last night a couple of boiled eggs. Oh, I need to get a rubbish bag. Excuse me a minute. I have a roll of them. And I'm also having a cappuccino. Comes in one of those little packs. I don't know what you call them. Now, this is sort of brunch. Oh, yeah. Anyway, I'm making my way to Carragini via Coomarina, which I thought would be here by now, but it's about 200 k's, I believe, 200 and something from Meekatharra, and I've done 180 or something. I'll just check that out anyway while I peel my egg. You don't want to be bored with that, so I'll shut off for a minute. I mentioned yesterday that my HEMA Maps GPS tracker is not working for some reason. I've got the maps and I can see where I am, but I can't pinpoint my position as I go, which I have been able to do on other trips. And I don't know whether they've done an upgrade or something. I upgraded the thing, I put it onto another iPad type thing, a Samsung Galaxy tablet, but it won't even show the maps up now, so I don't know what's going on with it. The old trusty telephone, I've just worked it out. I said previously that I was heading towards Coomarina. Well, it apparently is 58 kilometres away, and I'll top up with fuel there. And Carragini is still about 370 odd k's away. I could make it, I'm just deciding whether to or not. That just takes me as the mood goes. There are a couple of free campsites on the road that I've been to before we actually get to Carragini, and I may actually stop there. It depends on the time of the day, because I want to put this solar panel array to charge the battery that's down in here, which hasn't had a charge for a couple of days since I left home, and that's why that is. One thing that I'm really pleased about is I put this curtain up, and before I left I made sure that I had sealed up as much of this tailgate area as I could, because previous trips, when you go over that red dust roads, you suck everything in. I also, up on there, and on a previous video, I put in a scupper vent, which is currently open. But the thing that I really was delighted with yesterday, because I got Kay to make a curtain like this, and it actually seals into the when I shut the tailgate, it locks this piece down. I've also got sealing bits and pieces, but it worked a treat. I didn't get any any dust whatsoever, apart from a little bit down there, which I think is absolutely amazing, because the old Land Rover used to suck the dirt in. The whole back of the car would be covered in red dust. So at least we've made inroads. So anybody that's got a Navara or something set up like this, try one of those. It works. And we have a motorcyclist. GoPro because it was bouncing. This road is very undulating, in the sense that because it carries so much traffic via it with trucks, very heavy trucks, there is a sort of a rippling effect, and I've been noticing, I hope it's not turning out on the footage, it probably is, but I've just actually moved it slightly back also from the windscreen, because the sun is melting down here, and this is an incredibly hot vehicle, and I have succumbed. I've got the air conditioning going full blast at the moment to try and keep my electrics cool. Now we have an oversized load, which I'm going to actually pull over. Oh, he's a big boy. Something to do with mining. Okay, we're coming into the Marina or Marina Roadhouse. So we'll fill up with a bit of fuel. Always pays to top up your tanks. Prepay on the machine next to the telephone box. Oh yeah, okay, that's fine. $267, 187,855. goes. It's all coming back to me now. This is Kumarina, and I have been here before about 4 years ago. Probably put the same footage on one of my YouTube videos, but we'll stop here, have a sandwich, and then continue on. Well, we just left Kumarina Roadhouse. Now we're sort of heading towards Newman, and there are a couple of stops just beyond Newman which I'm contemplating staying at. I've actually visited both of them before, and as I said on an earlier piece, I'm trying to get there so as I can set my solar panels up and charge the other battery in the back of the car. In case you're wondering why we're looking backwards, I once spent quite a few hours on a train in Thailand, I think, going backwards, and it's always nice to see where you've been. I just chanced upon a billabong. I'll get out in a minute. I don't want to scare that bird over there if I do get out. Let's have a look. See, I scared the cattle. Now, this is evidence of the rain that's been up here. Some of you have, well, maybe aware that I was a bit wary about coming up to some of these, or going out some of the outback roads because of the weather. And I hadn't seen any evidence, but here it is. So, the birds love it and the cattle love it. Okay, we've got roadworks coming up. Slow down to 60. They lied. They're going out to lunch. No roadworks. Huh. Weird. Supposedly more roadworks. Oh, yep. Ah, there's a stop man, a lollipop man. Yes. They must have had lunch. Well, he's put it out to slow. Road into a mine site. Capricorn Metals, Carla Winder Gold Project. There's gold in them there plains. Not plains, plains, yes. I was going to say gold in them there hills, but it's plains. Red plains. I've definitely spent too much time out here on my own, haven't I? This would have to be my favourite sort of country in Australia. This you get this sort of spinifex dotted with little hills and those reddish browny rocks. Beautiful country. I don't know if you can make it out, but there's a hill over to the left, or there's actually a range of them. That's where we're heading. That is up towards Karajini. We'll see it better as we get closer, obviously. We better let Mum and her babies cross the road here. That's right, kids. You just stay and play on the road. Come on. Move it. That's it. What about you off to the right? You gonna stay? Oh yeah, nice. Well, I have just passed over the 2,000 kilometre mark since leaving home the other day. 2,000 kilometres. Reminds me of a Bobby Bear song, but he was only 500 miles away from home. I'm 2,000 kilometres away from home. Lucky me. No, don't get me wrong, babe. I'm enjoying myself and I miss you. That's for my lovely Kay. Just for the record, as I've passed the 2,000k mark. I think it's Tuesday, or is it Wednesday? It's 3 or 4 days. I'll have to check. It's Wednesday, so I left on Sunday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. 4 days, 2,000 kilometres, 500 a day. Capricorn Roadhouse is coming up soon, and I'll stop in and get fuel, because if I'm going to be jigging around Karajini for a couple of days, it's a big park and they don't have fuel in Karajini, so we'll just pull in here at the Capricorn BP and fill the tank up, top the tank up yet again. Wide load refueling. Well, cards only. Truck, wide load, cash, bar and grill. Where am I going? Down here. You guys. Unleaded. Where's the diesel? Where's the diesels? I don't think I've actually been in this particular service station ever before.
Turn right on 95.
A lot of trucks.
Turn right on 95.
Card only. Diesel. I can't work this out here. I'll just come through here. Truck wide refuel, bar and grill. Must be this one. I didn't see a diesel pump, that's why I'm hesitant. Filler. Oh, there it is there. How did I miss that? Okay, diesel. Go to now. Okay. 188 009. that was an interesting experience. And the reason it took so long is I went in to pay for the fuel and stood at the counter where the payment is supposed to be made while two girls were serving some huge big truckers sandwiches and things. And 5 minutes later, one of them says, "Oh, can you come down here and pay?" And she saw me standing. But anyway, they do things differently out here in the country. We're now officially in the Pilbara, and we've just crossed the line of the Tropic of Capricorn. I didn't bother stopping because there was a car up my jacksie. Anyway, that's 2 milestones today, the 26th parallel and the Tropic of Capricorn. Yeehaw! Gingiana Pool. Oh yeah, there's water there. A Gingiana Pool. I'm not going to go into Newman because it's off to the left, and I've already taken video of that particular dump truck. I think last time round, 4 years ago, 2017, when I had my old Land Rover Bob. Okay, in front of us and off to the right is the Hamersley Ranges, and on the other side of Karajini, where we will be basically tomorrow, is a town called Tom Price, and that is a centre of mining operations as well as Newman. This is the iron ore country, which we export all our iron ore basically to China. And I just saw a train carrying all the wagons loaded. Have a look at that magnificent view. Beautiful. Through another batch of roadworks where they're widening. You can see this strip off to the left, brand new. It's nice and smooth too on both sides. Now we've got to do 40 going past these people. This is a big boy. that was pretty good. So we'll stay again. I keep repeating myself, don't I? Well, I must have done that in record time, about 15-20 minutes I guess. I've got my solar array out, so the battery in the back is charging, tent set up. This is Mount Robinson, and I've been at this place, as I said earlier. I noticed that I left the GoPro running and it goes for about 14 minutes, so I'll have to do a lot of editing when I get home. Anyway, another job done. Wunderbar. In one of my previous videos I had a problem with this ladder interfering with the slide out free drawers. I've solved it. An extendable pole from BCF, drill a hole in the bottom of the ladder, Bob's your auntie. Okay, I know you're going to say, oh yeah, where am I going to get a drill from? Well, you bring your own. Simple. Ryobi, 18 volt. Brilliant. Not an advertisement.